I mean, we got a quarterback. Wow. Defense needs to play better. We need better defense. Not a bad game. Not a bad game at all. Thanks everyone for tuning into the Bears Zone podcast. I'm your host Josh Dennison, bringing you the latest and up-to-date Bears news. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Starting off with the beginning of the game, I kind of want to start with the coach's decisions. First drive looked really good. Justin, we got pushed back a little bit. Then he made that nice pass to EQ over the middle. EQ goes down with the concussion. And then after that, we start making our way downfield, handed the ball off to Montgomery. Justin tries to do a few QB sneaks, but he gets pushed to the outside. Then we get the ball down to the field a little bit close to the red zone, not exactly in the red zone. And it's 4th and 2. The coach's decision was to go for it. I'm all in on that decision. I think that's the right decision. We have nothing left to lose this season. You might as well test your offense in those situations to see what you can do. I like that decision a lot. Decision that I did not like was after we scored the touchdown late in the fourth quarter, we didn't go for the 2 points. It didn't make sense for me to not go for the 2 points there. Even if it makes no sense, you might as well test the team to see, what can work. I just think it'd be good practice. On that first drive, multiple injuries happened. Tevin Jenkins goes down like 3 plays into the game. I'm like, oh no. Starts squirming and he's holding his head. Goes to a commercial break. We come back and still not moving. They bring the cart on the field. He gets carted off the field. The whole team's there standing, looking at him. And I'm like, great. Just what the Bears need. Good thing is, signs are encouraging. He did end up going to the hospital. Turns out that it has nothing to do with his back, per some of the doctors. Even though he has had an issue of back, history with his back injuries, it's the neck. Encouraging signs. And Eberflus today said that we don't know if he's going to finish out the season or not. All we know is encouraging. If Tevin can't play, shut him down. I think you know what we have in Tevin. And then EQ goes down. Just as if we didn't have enough wide receivers being hurt. Claypool's out, Darnell Mooney's done for the season. And I'm seeing guys like Webster. I don't even remember who Webster is. Wide receivers going down, and then you got Velus out there. And Velus, I don't even think he had a pass thrown his way. Jack Sanborn goes down with an ankle injury. We don't know what the update is there yet. Hopefully he can still play. It's something that he can play through. I think he is your Mike linebacker for next season. Ever since the guy's been a starting linebacker, so we traded Roquan, Jack Sanborn's been the leading tackle in the NFL. That's promising, it says. And he's got some sneaky fast speed. There was sometimes he caught up to Jalen Hurts. I'm like, all right, there you go, Jack Sanborn. And going into the defense played well today. For playing a better team, we're still rebuilding with younger pieces. We have the most rookie snaps in the NFL. We got Brisker back. We got Gordon back. Kyler Gordon had an interception. Nice interception, by the way. Went up, got it, pulled it down. It was a forced fumble. Kyler Gordon picked it up. Good presence and awareness of being there to grab the football. Brisker's great at rushing the QB. There was one play where he hesitated and then he kind of gave it away. But he rushed the quarterback and he put some good pressure. There was one corner pass to the end zone, and Brisker was covering it, and the pass was kind of there, but due to Brisker covering, I think that kind of threw everything off. Jalen Johnson played hard today, for sure. He really wanted to play against better talented wide receivers, you can tell. He really likes to prove himself that way. Now, he's not like one of the premier cornerbacks in the league. A.J. Brown could have had a better game if Jalen Johnson wasn't covering. Jalen Johnson broke up like 3 or 4 passes that probably would have been over 60 yards. And there was an end zone pass that he broke up. It was really good. So Jalen played hard. He did good. The one pass that was deep, he was still kind of draped all over him. The ball was just perfectly placed. So sometimes there's nothing you can do about that. But Jalen Johnson played really good. Offense. What we found out, our offensive line is not that good against the top pass rush. Who would have known? We gave up 6 sacks today. It's not going to do it in the NFL. I think that total was like 61 yards. There were sacks that Justin Fields got away from, so there could have been more sacks due to Justin Fields being elusive. There wasn't. Another thing that I was looking out for in this game, and I wasn't encouraging, Alex Leatherwood. Still a work in progress. He gave up a pretty bad sack. Justin Fields he breaks the Bears record for the most rushing yards in a season by a Bears quarterback. He can also break the record for the most rushing yards by a QB in a single season, which is currently held by Lamar Jackson. Justin just needs to average only 70 yards per game, and then he'll pass that number. When asked about the record, Justin's response was, I'm already deep into this season, so I might as well try to get that record. 3 games left, 70 yards per game, so we'll see what happens. So sounds like Justin really wants to get this record. He did say when asked, does he want to be a 1,000-yard rusher every season? He said, no, sir, I do not want to be a 1,000-yard rusher every season. That's encouraging, right? He knows that he doesn't want to rush all the time. So he's aware. He's aware that you can get hurt by rushing the football a lot. He wants to pass the football more. Once we get some better weapons around, I'm sure we will see better passing and more passing attempts. But he's been looking pretty good passing the ball. He actually had a decent game this game. I see a lot of progress in Justin. I see him going through his reads. I see him making good throws. His passing rating for this game was 119.5. That run was ridiculous. Like, wow. Did anybody else see that? When I was watching that, I'm like, okay, he's going out of bounds. Oh, wait. Oh, he's turning. Oh, he's spinning. Oh, he's doing this. Oh, I'm like, and then he got in the end zone, but he just stepped out of bounds barely. Like, crazy, man. Justin Fields is a stud. And everyone that doesn't think that he's our quarterback because he runs the ball too much, trust me, he's going to get better at passing the football. But the fact that he can run like this when he needs to, that's insane. We were at the 50-yard line. He almost did it again. He holds like the most 50-yard touchdown rushes from a quarterback in a single season. 3. He did that against Green Bay, Miami. It's just nuts. It's nuts. It's not something you see every day in this NFL. Not even Lamar Jackson's doing it like this. Usually we're complaining about the quarterback situation, and now we're ecstatic and happy about the quarterback situation. So this is good. Denver won. Thank you, Denver. So now we are going up in the draft order. So now we have that number 2 spot. We're locked in if we lose out the rest of the season. But I do like the competitive edge that this team has, even though we are 3-11. What did the Eagles have to say about Justin Fields? Darius Slay, he is a highlight reel. Haason Reddick, the guy that was rushing on him all game. I should have had 3 sacks. Could have had 4. I got him twice, and twice he got away. He's not a slouch. He's not a stationary quarterback. He's moving. He can move well. Not only that, but he's fast as heck. I expected it to happen. Am I mad about it? Yes, because it felt like twice I had him, but he got out like I expected him to. These guys are expecting him to be fast, expecting him to get away, and he's getting away. He's lightning in a bottle. Justin Fields is dynamic. He holds the single season game in a regular season most rushing yards in a game, passes Michael Vick. Just passed the Bears quarterback record. He's on pace to be breaking Lamar Jackson's record. Pretty impressive. This guy is just breaking records. Game stats. In the first quarter, the defense held the Eagles scoreless. The Eagles are the best offensive team in the NFL. They have the best offensive line. They should be scoring against our defense nonstop. This is promising. For how bad the defense has been playing this year, this is some promising stuff. We get Brisker back, you get Kyler Gordon back, and it just looked different. There was some pressure. Guys were covering pretty well. I liked it. It just gives me hope. Once we do, because we have so much money in cap space, and we have all these draft picks, and there's a lot of defensive ends available in this draft. You throw somebody like that on the line, you get more pressure, this defense starts to look good. Justin Fields had a passing rating of 119.5 against one of the best defensive lines, one of the best defenses in this NFL. Eagles rank first defensive line. Eagles rank first in passing defense. They have the most takeaways. They have 15 interceptions. Justin Fields didn't throw 1 interception this game. So his decision-making is getting a lot better. His top wide receivers were out. Claypool, Mooney. Tevin Jenkins gets hurt. EQ goes down in the beginning of the game. He has Dante Pettis and Webster he's throwing to. We didn't have any wide receivers. Of course he's going to run. Eagles got 6 sacks on us for 61 yards. We got 1 sack on the Eagles for 6 yards. Defensive line needs to play better. We had 6 penalties for 30 yards, and the Eagles only had 2 penalties for 25 yards. We did win the turnover battle. We had 1 turnover on our end, and the Eagles turned the ball over 3 times on their end. Time of possession, Bears had it for 30 minutes and 7 seconds. Eagles had it for 29 minutes and 53 seconds. In the first quarter, we had the ball for 12 minutes and 50 seconds. The Eagles had the ball for 2 minutes. Now just think about that. We ended with 30. First quarter, we had 12, and they had 2. So big switch of the game in the second half. Justin Fields was 66.67 completion percentage. He had 2 passing touchdowns, 152 yards passing. He had 15 rushing attempts for 95 yards. Obviously, you want the passing yards to be higher. So right now, after this game, Justin Fields has a total of 10 interceptions on the season. Not terrible. He has 23 total touchdowns, rushing and passing, and 10 interceptions on the season. Going back to the beginning, predicting this, that's not terrible for his second season, predicting 23 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Key takeaways. Eberflus has the team playing hard. Very good promise for next year. He continues to say that he's building the foundation and a culture here. And Fields is very competitive every game. I don't see him slouching or anything like that as compared to when Nagy was here. It was a little different. I think Eberflus is doing a really good job having these guys play hard, even though we have a bad record. We had no business being only 5 points away from the Eagles. The Eagles are the best team in the NFL right now. So I saw some things that I did want to see coming into this game. The Bears are competitive, and they have that edge. So I'm just thinking to myself, we get better talent, we're going to be a better team. Very promising stuff. Bears secondary looking great. It's looking good. Fields still playing well. He did get injured a little bit there at the end, but I guess he has like a little bit of a cramping issue. Looks like they're going to have a plan in place for that because he has had cramps before. They're going to try to work on that to make sure he's not cramping as much. The injuries are piling up. That is something to be a little concerned about with Jack Sanborn, EQ, Tevin Jenkins. Cairo Santos is in a slump. Can't be missing extra points. You got to be making those extra points. I know Chicago's not the easiest place to kick, but it doesn't matter. You're not that far away. You got to make those kicks. Execution in critical moments needs to be better. When we need to score, we need to score. There was too many times that we turned the ball over, got close in the end zone, and we just didn't finish drives. Tackling was good on the defense. Montgomery had a good game. 2 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 rush. All right, well, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for tuning into the Bear Zone podcast. And, of course, bear down.